What's good, YouTube? We back with another reaction. We here reacting to They Should Have Never Let This Happen. And the title or the thumbnail is Dame and Giannis. As a big Damian Lillard fan, I'm happy for the kid. Now let's execute. Right? A lot of teams have gone here, niggas have gone there. James Harden here, niggas went there, KD to Brooklyn, ooh. Let's execute. Like, this is cute. Like, yay, let's celebrate. Let's have one day. Let's have that first day where we celebrate. Let's have that first day where we get some wine or some champagne and we toast. We toast to new beginnings. We toast. Right? But after that day, when you wake up that next day, let's make it happen. Like, let's not let this be one of those things where, oh, you know, that team coulda. Let's not have one of those moments. Let it be like, yo, like, they really saw, they came, they saw, they conquered, nigga. Let's not play around with it. Like, oh, y'all not about to automatically win the championship, so let's lock in.
You want to see something interesting? Here's a chart of every single teammate Giannis Antetokounmpo has played with in the NBA. That's every player in every season for the past 10 years. And they're all plotted based on how good they were in terms of box plus minus and win shares. Now, over the years, Giannis has played with a lot of guys. OJ Mayo, Jabari Parker, he played with Jason Terry for 2 seasons, kind of a weird overlap. But his best teammates have all came in the last few seasons. Brook Lopez, Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. There's some good seasons in here by some good players, and Giannis has made the most of it. And then, there's his new teammate, Damian Lillard, who will easily be the best player he's ever played with. The NBA's got a new super team, and right now, they're the favorites to win it all.
My first pick gonna be Damian Lillard.
As a Blazers fan, I've seen some dark days. Days I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I saw my team rally their way to the conference finals for the first time in 2 decades, just to get swept and never return. I've had to watch the player that we passed up on turn into an all-time great, while the guy we picked couldn't even stay on the court. I watched Brandon Roy blossom into a star, and then retire literally 50 games later due to injuries. This is enough to make a man go insane. And then, the chosen one, our loyal king, the one glimmer of hope in a bleak and desolate franchise, just packs up and leaves to the Bucks, and we get stuck with DeAndre Ayton, a guy we aren't even gonna keep, a rookie, and a 7th grader. And I'm not even sure where the Bucks came from. The Blazers and the Heat were stuck in one of the weirdest, most drawn-out stalemates for the last 3 months. And out of nowhere, the Bucks came and picked him up for actually a reasonable price. And as sad as I am to see Dame go, I'm happy for the guy. Despite everything he's given to the Blazers, the organization never quite put him in a position to win. The man has been in the league.
Creating your first video? You should start with the music. Go to artlist.io and get high quality music and sound effects
for 11 seasons and has played with only 1 All-Star. And even that was nearly a decade ago. In fact, throughout his career, Dame has made 7 All-NBA teams, a feat only 46 players throughout the history of the NBA have accomplished. And out of these players, only 13 of them never won a championship in the NBA.
Ooh,
and these 13...
Wow. Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, Russell Westbrook, Patrick Ewing, Tracy McGrady, Steve Nash. These are fan favorites, bro. These are, bro, Allen Iverson, James Harden, Steve Nash, fan favorites. T-Mac, fan favorite. Chris Paul, some niggas love him, some niggas hate him. You know what I'm saying? John Stockton, the old niggas love him. You know what I mean? Karl Malone, before he was doing what he was doing, fan favorite. Russell Westbrook, one of my favorites. Russell Westbrook is one of my top 5 favorite players. So Russell Westbrook, a fan. These are a lot of beloved players, man. Like, you look at, like, niggas like Dirk, like, niggas don't really love Dirk like that. You know, Elgin, Rick Barry, you know, I don't know if D-Wade is as beloved as some of these other players, you know, so it's crazy.
Players, whether active or retired, are all regarded in the same dismissive fashion. All-time greats who never won a ring. Only 4 of them are active today. Chris Paul, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Damian Lillard. And all 4 of them have reached the same point in their careers. Don't be the guy who had a stellar career with all the awards and achievements, but no championship to show for it. And so after 3 months of uncertainty, I think this is about the best case scenario not only for Lillard, but for Giannis and the Bucks. In fact, this trade was actually foreshadowed last season. During the 2023 All-Star Draft selection over every other All-Star reserve, Giannis picked Damian Lillard with his first pick. Back in 2022, Dame was asked who he would play with if he could choose any active player. His answer was Giannis. Fast forward 18 months, and they both got their wish. So now that he's on the Bucks, and they both got a teammate that far exceeds anyone else they've ever played with, how good is this
I'm gonna
duo?
be honest though, that Bucks Lillard jersey is dirt. I'm gonna be real. It just doesn't look right.
And they both got a teammate.
That shit don't look right, bruh. Like, bruh, if I see a nigga rocking a Bucks Lillard jersey that's not a Bucks fan, that's just weird, bruh. I'm going to rock my Blazers jersey. If I ever go to a... Yo, we gotta go to a Bucks game this year. We have to go to a Bucks game, bruh. We gotta go see some of my favorite players before they retire, man. We gotta go see Dame. We gotta go see Paul George. We gotta see Harden. We gotta see a lot of these niggas before they retire.
Exceeds anyone else they've ever played with. How good is this duo, actually? We've seen countless pairs of superstars get hyped up with grand expectations just to fall short and achieve essentially nothing together. But if history has shown us anything, this duo is bound to do something great. In terms of box plus minus, there have only been 6 duos in the history of the NBA that were as good individually as Giannis and Dame are. And out of those 6 duos, 4 of them went on to win the NBA championship that season. The only duos that didn't were Harden and CP3 in 2018, who lost to the eventual champs in the conference finals, and Durant and Westbrook, who were 1 game away from making the finals. History has shown us that when 2 players of this caliber pair up, it usually results in a championship, or at worst, a game or 2 away from the finals. We're looking at potentially one of the best duos of the last few decades.
Come on now.
Last season, Dame
Let's tee
averaged
up.
32 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds a game. Now, those aren't just historically great numbers. That's a stat line that only Michael Jordan, James Harden, and Luka Doncic have ever achieved in the history of the NBA. Even crazier, Dame did all of this on record high efficiency.
I was about
And
to say that TS, that true shooting is higher than all these niggas right here. I was getting ready to say who averaging 32 points per game, 7 assists on 64% true shooting. Who has ever done that? Who?
And Giannis put up 31 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. A stat line that hasn't been achieved since Wilt Chamberlain did it nearly 60 years ago. We all know just how dominant Giannis is, but I think spending the last decade in the shadow of arguably the greatest point guard ever has made Dame one of the most underrated stars in the league. Both of them are coming off of historically great seasons. We haven't seen a pair like this since KD joined Steph in the Warriors back in 2017. In fact, the last time in modern NBA history 2 volume scorers of this caliber paired up was never. Over the last 50 years, there hasn't been a single duo that averaged at least 30 points per game and then played together in the following season. Not Kevin Durant and James Harden, not Curry and Durant, not LeBron and Wade, not even Kobe and Shaq. But it's not just how dominant Giannis and Dame are, it's the fact that their games perfectly complement one another. Individual defenses are forced to scheme against Dame and Giannis in polar opposite ways.
gosh.
But together, there's
Bro, what is that though? Like, let's really talk about that. Like, we're just in the middle of the third quarter, 18 seconds left on the shot clock, and you pulling from the end of the logo. Like, this is 23 feet. Right on the line, this is 23 feet. So this has got to be a smooth 30 feet. Like, just para nada, for no reason, bro. Or 32 feet, bro, just for nothing. Like, I'm just feeling it. I'm just that dude. Like, I'm really Himothy.
are forced to scheme against Dame and Giannis.
Bro, that's so pure, bro. Look at the jumper. That shit should be the logo. That really should be the logo. With this right here, that should be a hologram. This should be the first hologram, and then this waving by should be the second hologram, because that's too sexy.
Polar opposite ways.
Ugh.
But together, there's not a team in the league who has the defensive person
Yeah, that's facts. I'm really thinking about
to
it.
cover the deep ball and the pick and roll and the low post. Just think. Every single attempt at creating a superstar tandem in recent years involves 2 players that usually have similar strengths and weaknesses. As good as Kyrie and Durant were, their games didn't complement one another. Kawhi and PG are great individually, but as a whole, their skill sets are far too similar to create a real dynamic offense. Most of the time, just taking turns on who's going to get the next possession. Even LeBron and AD are two oversized forwards who tend to play away from the basket and dominate possessions one turn at a time. For the exact opposite reason, this is why I think the duo of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic work so well. Two completely different but compatible playstyles. Aside from Murray, who isn't quite a superstar, and Jokic, the last time we saw a duo that was made up of two megastars with complementary skills and positions was 2 decades ago with Shaq and Kobe.
Stop talking like
Damian
that,
Lillard-
Jimmy. You gonna get me excited, man. You gonna get me too excited. And if we lose, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. But fuck it though. I gotta take that pain, bro, because I'm too excited. I'm too excited.
Man to be traded wasn't some breach of loyalty. It was an attempt to regain control of his career and earn a real chance at winning, like many others before him have done. How many all-time greats put their loyalty first and foremost and paid the price because of it? Guys like Reggie Miller, Dominique Wilkins, Patrick Ewing, generational talents whose careers get lost in the shuffle because they never climbed to the top of the mountain. They never overcame the final obstacle and won an NBA championship. It's almost like all the all-star selections and big performances and playoff wins become an afterthought or some sort of relegated achievement because the ultimate goal was never achieved. Is it better to stay with one organization with hopes that things will eventually work out, despite things never quite working out? Or after years of holding up your end of the deal, is it better to finally do what's best for you and put yourself in a position to win? Well, the answer lies with the players who did put themselves first. In the mid-2000s, Kevin Garnett's incredible talents were being flushed down the drain in Minnesota, and so he said enough is enough and went to Boston, a move that changed the course of his career and legacy. If Kevin Durant never left OKC, we may not know him as a 2-time champion and finals MVP, but rather another generational talent who could never quite get it done. Even LeBron James all made the decision to leave the franchise that drafted them for an organization that actually gave them a chance at winning a title. Because loyalty and fans and accolades aside, above all, every player wants to lift that trophy above their head and be crowned a champion. Something that was never gonna happen with Dame in Portland. So what do y'all think?
That
Is
shit
this
hurt,
duo
man. That pain, bro. This pain right
that
here,
was
bro.
never gonna happen with
Dropping
Dame and
60 on niggas, bro. You dropped 60 on niggas, bro. You played out of your mind. That had to be the best basketball Damian Lillard has ever played in his entire life. To still lose that game, bro. That pain, bro. You gave everything you had. You fought through injuries. You rallied the troops. You rode the plane. You did the workouts. You was ready. You was prepared. You played the best basketball that you could ever play, and it still wasn't enough. That's pain, bro.
think. Is this duo truly the favorites to win this year's title? Or are we getting ahead of ourselves like we've done countless times before in the past? Are Dame and Giannis a real match made for winning? Or is this team going to be just another failed attempt at combining talents in hopes that it yields something great? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, until next time.